Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications. Bayelsans, behold your miracle governor, Senator Diri, a man of peace and integrity, determined to bring developments to all corners of Bayelsa State. Senator Diri, a man on a mission for infrastructure revolution, educational emancipation, and the provision of affordable healthcare for all Bayelsans. Senator Diri, champion of empowerment and winner of several sporting laurels for Bayelsa State. Senator Diri, by the grace of God, destined to govern Bayelsa State for 2 terms. Senator Diri, working hard for a greater Bayelsa State.
Bayelsa State Governor Senator Diri says the state is in dire need of assistance from the federal government to tackle the menace of coastal erosion and flood ravaging riverine communities. Senator Diri made the observation recently when he visited Odioma in Brass local government area of the state to assess the environmental impacts of a perennial coastal erosion on the community.
In the last 10 years, no fewer than 250 houses have been submerged in water due to constant ocean surge along the shores of Odioma community in Brass local government area of Bayelsa State. This unfortunate incident has left hundreds of families internally displaced and desolate. Many fear that the entire community may go into extinction if nothing is done to stop the Atlantic Ocean from unleashing its fury on Odioma community. Recently, Governor Diri visited the endangered community to have a first-hand knowledge of the calamity that has become the lot of its residents. The governor, who described the impact of the coastal erosion as devastating, promised that his government would embark on a 1.5-kilometer shore protection project to provide succor for the community.
We must take our destiny into our hands. We cannot be waiting for outsiders to come and act. We have to first of all act ourselves. We know the cost will be prohibitive. We know the cost will be beyond the state government. However, the state government must start something.
Odioma is not the only casualty of coastal erosion in Bayelsa State. Several communities like Ogbogoro, Kulama, Agi, and Sangana have lost vast parcels of land and buildings to ocean surge in recent years. Governor Diri calls on the federal government to come to the aid of Bayelsa State, which does not have enough resources to intervene in the plight of the communities.
I therefore use this opportunity to again call the federal government of Nigeria that whilst with our meager resources we will start to do something here, we want them to also be part of the story of stopping the encroachment of the sea in Odioma and other communities. Bayelsa State has given so much to the federal government of Nigeria. Let there be reciprocity.
Governor Diri has also called on the federal government to complete the East-West Road reconstruction project without any further delay. He made the call recently when he received members of the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on East-West Road to Government House Yenagoa. The Bayelsa State Governor said it had become imperative to complete the East-West Road reconstruction project, which was critical to the economic survival of states in Nigeria's South-South geopolitical zone.
The only road that traverses the whole of the South-South states is the East-West Road. The last flood, Bayelsa State was totally cut off from the rest of civilization. The reason being that the East-West Road between Rivers and Bayelsa was cut off. The East-West Road between Delta and Bayelsa was cut off. So there was no supply of food, no supply of water. And so we were like in a war situation. And thereafter, up till today, those parts that were cut off have not been addressed. And so your committee, your ad hoc committee, is very timely.
Earlier, Chairman of the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on East-West Road, Senator Abdul Ningi, said the senators were on a tour of the South-South states to ascertain the level of work done on the East-West Road
The reason why we're here is to take a first-hand look at the East-West Road, the current status, and to find out what happened or what is happening with the road that has started over a decade ago, with a view to reporting to the Senate so that the Senate will now propose from a vantage point of appropriation to the executive. We want this road completed.
The 338-kilometer east-west road has been under construction in the past 17 years. The slow pace of work is attributed to inadequate funding by successive federal administrations. Governor Diri and other leaders in the Niger Delta look up to the government of President Bola Tinubu to demonstrate the political will required to complete the east-west road reconstruction project.
Bayelsans, behold your miracle governor, Senator Diri, a man of peace and integrity, determined to bring developments to all corners of Bayelsa State. Senator Diri, a man on a mission for infrastructure revolution, educational emancipation, and the provision of affordable healthcare for all Bayelsans. Senator Diri, champion of empowerment and winner of several sporting laurels for Bayelsa State. Senator Diri, by the grace of God, destined to govern Bayelsa State for 2 terms. Senator Diri, working hard for a greater Bayelsa State.
Inside the Niger Delta,